Hello and welcome. Glad you are joining us today. Today I'm going to be making 3 more cards using the Kendras Card Challenge sketches. In my last video I did the first 3 and I absolutely love them. Well, this particular, the 4th sketch is actually going to use these pieces of the paper pack. I've got this and I have a piece of this. And then I have a piece of this. And these are the pieces from the cutouts that we're going to be using. Of course, we add paper, solids, panels, and embellishments to it. But this is the original pieces from the actual cutout. So this is sketch card 4. I'll link the picture of it up there so that you can get a feel for it. And I think we'll just get started building our card. Now for this card sketch, I'm going to make it a top folding card. So we'll just score it at 5.5, and it'll be a top folding just because of the direction that this is going to go. So I'm just going to get my base ready and we'll bring it in. Okay, so I'll set that. So our first panel, I'm trying to look at my card here. I've got it on another screen. So I can see what I'm doing. This is going to have, let's see, the panel. We're going to have this panel for the outside is what we're going to do. And it is 4.25 by 5.5. And so we'll just get it laid down. And we're using, this challenge uses 6 pieces of 6x6 pattern paper in which you cut it to the specifications that Kendra provides you with. And so these cards are going to continue to look similar as we move through the challenge because you're using coordinating papers for each of the 15 cards. So it will continue to look a little similar. So my next panel is going to be this, let's see, and they actually show, yeah, this is the next panel that will go on there. And this panel is 4 by 5.25. And I really like this pattern. I think it's really pretty. And we're doing some layering, and I actually kind of hated to cover up some of it because I just think it's so pretty. But I think we'll be able to see enough of it to be satisfied. So I'm just going to get my card, get it laid on there how I want, and try and line it up to have a nice edge on there. I think I need to go up a little bit and maybe over a little bit. Okay, and isn't that pretty right there? I mean, just like that. So that is the next part. Now, I also needed another piece, which is 3 by 4.25, which is this yellow one. And so I was okay with that. I thought I can still see a pretty good amount of the paper. So I'll go ahead and get this and get it laid down. And I'm running through my tape runner with these 15 cards that I'm working on. So I did 3 in the last video, and I'm planning to do 3 in this video. And just kind of do maybe 5 videos with 3. I think 3 is a good number. You can get through it okay and not have too long of a video. Now this design sketch also calls for, well, these banners, and then it also calls for this to be cut out in a half circle. And it's an option whether you want to do that or not. But I thought if I was going to do it, I'm going to use the yellow for the other half of it. So I'm going to basically just bring this in and hook this together, go to my die cutting machine and cut that out together like that. And I'm going to bring in a bigger circle, and we're going to do some additional layering. So let me just go over to my die cutting machine, get that ready. And I'm also going to take this piece, which is a bigger piece that'll go behind it, and die cut that out so that I have some layers. So I'll go do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my pieces die cut out. This is the bigger one that's going to go in the back. And then this is the one that was the 2 pieces that you were supposed to have half. And I think it cut out all right. Yep, it did. So I basically just, I guess I didn't get all of it, but it won't show because of using the yellow. but I basically just laid that on there, and it's going to go on there. So I think that'll be all right. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on here and lay this down. And you can see I had put my instructions in there that I was going to, this goes on number 4, and I was supposed to die cut with a half circle. So I'm just going to line up this, get this lined up on there. And that's what it looks like. I've got a little piece there that I'm not really sure what happened, but I think it'll be just fine. I don't think it will be noticeable. And I'm going to just put some glue on the back of that and attach that to my larger circle. And I'm just working through this. Just trying to get it, get it lined up. And I think this is going to tie all of the colors of it in nicely together. And then I was going to, this circular piece I had cut out for my last video, and it had a little frame of some orange around it, and I didn't like it, and I cut it off. But I thought this could look nice on this particular card here, and we'll have a lot of layering. But before I lay that down, I've got to lay down a piece here. There's another layer in there according to the card design, so I'm just going to go ahead, and this is a shimmery glitter cardstock it doesn't shed or anything. It's just a real shimmery type paper, and I'm just going to get it laid down on this side. I cut it a little short, but it's okay because my circle's going to cover it up. So I've got that, and then I'm going to go ahead and lay this down and get it where I want it. Hopefully you can see that. I'm trying to get it lined up in my circle frame nicely. Get it as even as I can. And I think that looks all right. Now, I've also got these banners that are supposed to hang off the bottom. Actually, I'm telling you, there's not a lot of room there because I did such a big circle, but I'm okay with it, so I'm going to go ahead and proceed. So I think this is about I think I'm just going to take and put some glue here and then put this kind of where the bottom of my circle would be. Just like that. And then I need to lay, and I could probably come down. I've got more room to work with there. Bring it down a little bit. And then I'm going to lay one here and one here. My banners. Try to get them laid on there nice. And I'm just going to do it like that. Got some extra glue there. I'm just going to wipe that up. Okay, and then I'm just going to adhere this down. I'm not going to pop it up any extra. We've got plenty of layers on this card, so we'll just lay it down like that. Actually, I want to go up a little bit, I think. Just lay it down like that. All right, there's that. Now the next thing that we're supposed to do is we are supposed to put like a banner here, across here. And I think I'm going to do it like that. I could go up a little bit so that my gold shows. I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'm going to. And I'm just cutting it off so that I can make like a banner on it. And we'll do that. And what I'm going to do is bring in this thanks so much sentiment, because I'm always needing a thank you card, it seems like. And I'm just going to put it. And I think what I'll do is, since I've just got the banner on one end, I'll just take and snip that off on that end, and that way it'll kind of match. Just lay this down. pretty good. And then we'll just lay it down on our card like that. And that'll finish up our card. Now all of these, except for a couple, are from the card, the paper pack. I did bring in that kind of lighter blue there and this shimmer from my stash, but the rest was from the paper pack. So I really like that. I see that I need to put a little bit of some dimension, foam dimension on that tag so that it'll lay right. So I just need to find my strips here. Here they are. Okay, I just need a little piece for that. I'm kind of fumbling around with stuff right now. Everything's falling over. Sorry for all the racket. And I'm just going to cut a little piece there and pull that release paper off and stick that behind there just so it's not kind of getting bent. I don't want it to get all bent, and so we'll just give it a little bit of stability. So there's that card. I hope you like it. It's got a lot of layering to it, and it's kind of a busier card, but I think you could definitely use it for a thank you card. So that's card sketch number 4. Okay, so we're ready to move on to card sketch number 5, and these are the pieces that were in my envelope for card sketch number 5. And they're basically just actually 5 strips of 4 1/4 by 1 inch, and that's what they are. Now this is where it gets a little bit crazy because I've got some different colors in here, and so we're gonna have to be creative on making this work. So I'm going to kind of modify the design a little bit from the picture. I'm going to actually turn it in a different direction. So to get started with this, I am going to use a black panel that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm just going to begin laying my pieces down. And I'm going to go ahead and lay this down on my panel. And I'm just using my glue. But I thought if I could crank these out, I could have and enjoy my holiday and actually have some videos. I've been trying to get some videos out, and it's hard to do during the week when I have the kids, so I'm trying to get that done. You have big plans for the 4th of July? Historically, we have always had a big party at our house on the 3rd of July. And the reason we did this is for 30-some years, my husband was on the fire department here in our town. And on the 4th of July, they set off the fireworks for the city. And so on the 4th of July, he was always busy and was not able to be with the family at all. So we started the tradition of having the fireworks at our house on the 3rd of July. And we put on a huge show. In fact, the whole town would always look forward to it and come, and we did it for many, many, many years. And we had this field that we were able to set them off in that was owned by a very close friend of my husband's, and he recently sold that field, and they've put some buildings in there, so now we don't have the ability to run the fireworks there. So and so we're calling it officially done. We actually posted on our social media to let the town know that we would not be having it on the 3rd of July, and they're quite disappointed because we really always drew in a crowd. But anyway, we're fortunate enough that we were able to do it for many, many years, and a lot of people got enjoyment out of it, and nobody got hurt from the fireworks. So I felt like we had a good run, and now it's time to just relax a little bit on the 3rd of July. My daughter's going to kind of pick up where we left off and have a little party out at her house, a pool party and food and even some fireworks, but I don't think it'll be quite on the scale that it has been in previous years, because it was an hour-long show with big fireworks like you see that your cities put on and stuff. Anyway, so that's that. So I'm just getting this laid down, and I should get back to the card and talk about it. I shifted this On the card design, they show it more in the center, and it says that you could use any shape that you wanted that was supposed to be 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. So this was 2 1/4 by 3 1/2, and then I made the bigger one with it, but I shifted it up because that red pattern that was on the stripe, I just felt like it was red like that. I just felt like it didn't fit in with the color scheme of it, so I wanted to cover it up. So I just shifted that up to just try and make it look a little bit more cohesive. So now I just need to come up with some type of a sentiment or whatever I want to put on the front of the card. So I just need to take a break and take a peek and see what I want to do, and then we'll get something added to it. Okay, so I lost some footage of me finishing up my card. Basically, I cut out one of those daisies, added a hello foil sentiment that I'd already had cut out, and added 5 little sequins, and that finished out our card. Okay, so let's see what card sketch 6 has in store for us. We'll just pull out the pieces from it, and let's see. It looks like we've got several pieces that we're going to be working with, and we're going to go from, looks like smallest to largest to small, and these are all going to be banners. So that's what this is going to look like. So we're going to have to pull some background paper. It looks like we've got 2 layers. One's 5 1/4 by 4, and the other one is 5 1/2 by 4. Okay, so my desk is a little messy, but I've got all of the elements for card design sketch number 6 laying here. I went ahead and did my banners. I cut them out. I basically just snipped the center and went, because I don't have a die for that, and I'm not that great at doing those, but I think it came out all right. And let's just get this card assembled, and we'll see how it comes together. Okay, and this little piece here was actually with the paper pack, and I think that would be really cute on here. If I just kind of set it down on there and let it overlap that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. And we've got a little sentiment on here. And I think it kind of helps pull everything in together because we've got our little pansy on there. Going to do that. Okay, and to finish it off, we're going to add some sequins. We'll use these gold ones again because we've got the gold on there, so I think we'll just lay some glue down there. Not sure where that pink jewel tool went. We'll grab it real quick. Okay, so there's the card sketch number 6. So I think I'll just pull in my cards so you can take a look at all of them. So I've got this one, this was 6, this was 5, and then this was 4.